Hey guys, it's Mo Mustafa here, author, speaker, coach, and welcome to another edition of Motivated Muscle, where you learn the mindset techniques to help you burn stubborn body fat and add lean muscle. And in today's video, I have a great question here from Bradley from Singapore, and he wants to find out about goal setting. And his question to me today was, once you achieve a milestone, for example, an event that you've trained for, people often have a letdown and loss of motivation. How do you get the motivation back and steer the ship back on course? So first of all, thank you, Bradley, for a great question there. And I'm sure a lot of guys want to hear about this. So let me just share from my personal experience what I like to do. Okay, so I think it was about 6 months or maybe a bit longer than that ago, I was due to give a talk. Okay, in fact, I signed up to give a talk on the mindset of getting in shape. Okay, so that was like a goal I'd set myself at the time. And basically what I decided at the time, even though I was in the gym training, I wanted to look my best when I was on stage. So I made some additional changes to my diet and really tried to lean out as much as I could. So when the day came for the event, I had some motivation. I actually had some motivation all the way up to the event, but when the day came, I knew I was going to be on stage in front of, I think, about 500 people, and I wanted to look my best. And you should be able to see that video somewhere in my playlist and stuff. But basically, I wanted to look my best for the day, so that was my motivation. Okay. Now, what could have easily happened is that as soon as that event was over, like Bradley says here, is that I could have then went back and not carried forth the momentum. So how do you keep the momentum going? So let me put my iPad down in a second. So the next thing I did is I knew I was going on a round trip around the Far East with my wife, and I wanted to look great for that as well. Okay, but this was a different goal again, and I wanted to, I can't remember the specific goal. I think I wanted to put a bit of muscle on as well, but also cut up. So basically that gave me some additional motivation to keep going, but I was able to carry forth the results that I generated from my first goal, which was to speak on stage, across to my next goal, which was to go on holiday, right? And basically when I went on holiday, I give myself permission to eat whatever I wanted, because I was going to Far East and I wanted to try out all the different foods. In fact, I went to Singapore as well. So yeah, Bradley loves Singapore. Basically, I pigged out, for lack of a better word, and I just give myself permission to eat all the different foods, because, I was meeting the family, I was immersed in a different culture, and there was no way on earth I was going to go that far around the world and not try out all the local cuisine. So basically I was eating all the food, but I told myself I wanted to maintain my training habit of working out every day, and I managed to do that. I trained throughout the entire holiday. I think I didn't train like on the weekends and stuff, but I basically trained every single week around 5 times a week. And I kept that momentum going because I told myself that when I came back home, my goal was to get back in the gym and train harder than ever before. And that was another goal I'd set myself, okay? So even though my actions were varying throughout over the course of time, I was staying consistent by having long-term goals one after another. And I've got another goal now to get as ripped as I can possibly be. And that is basically my next thing. I want to see how ripped can I get? How ripped can Mo Mustafa get? And I think I've dropped around since April. We're now in July. So in July, that's my brain, 100 miles an hour. But basically, in about 4 months, I've dropped, I think, close to 30 pounds, or just over 30 pounds, or whatever it might be. I have to check the numbers. But the point is, that is another thing I've been working towards. So that's what I want to encourage you guys, is basically, in a nutshell, Bradley and everyone else that's listening, set yourself lots of goals. Don't set yourself just one goal, okay? Have like a really long-term goal. It's entirely up to you how you want to do this, but you can either have lots of goals, like one after another, and just, you might be volunteering to do an event, and then you have another goal where you want to maybe do a photo shoot, and you have another goal which is a holiday, and line them up that way. Or you might even want to set yourself a really, really huge goal one day to compete at something, like a bodybuilding competition, whatever it might be. Or if it's, from what you say, you're into tennis, maybe you want to have a tennis competition. You say, one day, my long-term goal is in 5 years, I want to compete at this one particular event, right? And that's the biggest goal, and that's the one that matters the most. But up until then, you might give yourself 10 other small goals, which if you hit those milestones like dominoes, you are very likely to be able to do that one event in 5 years. And that is the big thing that keeps you anchored all the way along as you're doing the different goals, right? So that's another way of doing this, and we can expand on goal setting even more in a future video as well. But I hope this has given you some ideas as well. So if you like it, leave your comments and questions below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and join my newsletter as well for more exclusive content, and get access to my 7 Mindset Keys training, which will show you how to set goals, get motivated, and take massive action towards burning stubborn body fat and adding lean muscle. My name is Master Fun. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.